I give in to the lesser fight. My body aches to be satisfied. My weakness comes and goes. My weakness comes and goes. I'm reaching out for the easy high. Please fortify this strength of mine. My weakness comes and goes. My weakness comes and goes. My body aches to be satisfied. My weakness comes and goes. My weakness comes and goes. I'm reaching out for the easy high. Please fortify this strength of mine. My weakness comes and goes. Comes and goes.
So it is officially 9 days after competition, and today was a push day. We were doing some one-arm planches and push-up to press, and a little bit of stuff at the end, like one-arm front lever, and not one-arm front lever, just front lever in general, just for fun. And today was an okay day. It was mainly a day where I was really trying to learn the one-arm planche. After doing like 8 sets of those, I was already really exhausted to do push-up to press, so I wasn't really able to do a lot of sets of those. Though I'm sure if I would have started with push-up to press, I would have definitely had it stronger. In this case, in this day, no. And in terms of my performance for the one-arm planche, I was, as I said before, I was just learning it. A lot of the attempts I was just kind of failing and just learning the actual sort of good form, because the form I was doing before, I was really flagging a lot, and I realized that from Jonah's comments about it, and I want to improve it now. I want to have it where it's basically just counts. Now, I do want to take this time to talk about something that I realized through my training for almost 7 years now, and that is structure. My structure in training has been changing over the years, and for this past year, I really kind of focused on not worrying about my structure too much. Now, what do I mean by this? So usually last year, I would have, paid attention to a lot of the kind of like basic training, like structure ideologies, like those ranges where it's in sets, it's like you have to do 3 to 5 sets of that, and then like 5 to 12 reps of that, and then you have to rest like 3 to 5 minutes. I used to follow that a lot, and I'm sure that basically every lifter also follows that kind of format in training. Like no matter what kind of training you do, maybe it's like bodybuilding, powerlifting, or even calisthenics, we all do it. And now that I realize in this past year, those numbers, that kind of format in training are just ideas to me now. They're not like set rules they have to follow, but they're just ideas on what your training kind of should look like. And I've been focusing less and less on that pretty recently. So as you saw in this training, I was doing 8 sets of one-arm planches instead of 3 or 4. And for push-up to press and for touch, you notice that I did more sets than I usually do with my banded work, with my actual attempts. And that is because I think really focusing on how many sets you should be doing in your workouts, it might, essentially hurt your progress a little bit, because I feel like you can always do more. Like now I want to be able to do as much sets as I possibly can in my trainings, because I feel like at a point where I am, I just have to adapt to like the new skills that I'm learning, whether it's to increase the hold or increase the reps or just improve my form. I feel like if I focus too much on like how many sets or how many reps I should do, then it kind of hides my potential, if that makes sense. So yeah, I think I'm gonna focus more on just doing as much sets as I can, as much reps as I can. And that also goes with rest time as well. I rest way longer now recently in training than I did before, because I have this app on my phone basically where I have like this exercise, and then when I say I'm done with this exercise, it puts like a 4 or 5 minute timer on it. Nowadays I don't use that app anymore, because I just go by feel in terms of my like recovery after my sets. So now usually I rest maybe like 7 or 10 minutes every single set, which seems like a lot, which it is, but I feel like if I rest a lot, I have way better performance for my sets, and I actually focus on adapting to the movement with my best performance instead of resting like 5 minutes, usually how I structure, and not really adapt to the movement in any way, like not focusing on what my true weaknesses are. And I think that's really important in training, because adaptation is really important for skills. So I don't know if that makes sense to you, but kind of makes sense to me. If you guys don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, definitely let me know in the comments, because yeah, I just ramble on for too much and sometimes it just doesn't go through. But anyway, that will be all the talking point for today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see y'all on day 11.